What do you guys think about the recent news popping up about Battlestate saying in a future state of the game, they will likely have a Diablo style of the game where you can choose to play as a character that will either wipe every so often, like a seasonal type thing, or in a continuous mode where they will not wipe your character. So you kind of have the choice. Again, one, they're going to wipe you like in a certain season type of gameplay, and then another, like literally there's a start date, and then anytime you have that character in that version of Tarkov, they're never going to wipe you. You're always going to have your stuff. But everybody you're playing with will also be like that.
Why doesn't everyone just stay, just high level? Is it would there be an incentive to
wipe? So I guess for people that like the early game, like the early wipe experience.
But if there's how's there an early wipe experience if there's level 50 chads all over the place?
They'd be in their own servers. It's separate.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
I kind of like it. It gives a feel of Call of Duty kind of prestiging, I guess. You can have the choice either just to prestige or to stay at your level. Just like in Tarkov, I think they should include some incentive to play at the wipe one. I don't know, maybe I couldn't even think of something to incentivize it, but in Call of Duty, whenever you prestige, you get extra class slots or a camo or something, some badges, stuff like that. So something to show.
For sure, maybe seasonal items or something.
Maybe Twitch for fucking 10 slots in your stash or something.
Yeah, that could be
yeah.
If they added, I think it'd be really cool to see them. I know, not everybody likes the idea, but I think it'd be cool for them to have a battle pass or something too, and they could always factor that in. Just more aesthetics and stuff,
Subscription-based service. I don't think people like battle pass.
Thank goodness, I got
whatever it is, man. Just give me some more shit for accomplishing things. In terms of aesthetics. And they're already doing that, making new faces and stuff like that, so it's happening. But I agree. I think that would be the best way to go. So it's you could have a player in a continuous mode, so if you don't want to have to play the early game stuff, you can just go with them. But if you do want to start with an SKS, things like that, you have the option.
I heard an interesting point the other day that I think they should, do more work on making attachments just fucking viable, all across the board.
They changed they did in this recent patch change the numbers on the.
I know they changed some.
They're getting there, but it's definitely not all the way there for sure.
I definitely would just really enjoy a game where I can fucking just deck out any weapon I choose. If I'm I feel like using the UMP right now. I like the UMP. Then I can still make that as technically viable, at least for recoil reduction and whatnot, as the meta stuff.
Yeah, and I don't know, right now there's not a lot of reason to use the grips besides the RK0, RK1 or whatever. If you're later game, it seems the wide variety is really only wide in the early game when you have a bunch of options and you can't get the best stuff, so you're using whatever. But once you don't have a reason to, you won't really expand out to the rest of them. So
I've also heard the theory too of using when you use guns, instead of leveling up your traders and just unlocking shit for everybody, you could also just literally Call of Duty style, you pick a gun like the M4A1 or something like that, and you stick with it, and then you unlock the extra mod parts from the traders as you use it.
Oh, I like that.
Oh yeah.
So if you want to have a meta SA-58, you can have it, but you got to raid a lot with the SA-58 and get your kills to finally get there, If you want to have a meta AP7, so if you kill a guy with a meta something or other, that they either got it off someone else or that they've been using that gun a lot to get there, I think that could be cool. Just as more incentive to use the gun.
You'd be just really impressed finding a juiced out fucking gun. You'd be oh damn, this guy's been using this shit up.
For sure, and you could also get off the flea market and stuff, but for the most part, if it's their gun, maybe they could add some more camouflages and stuff to the guns that you can make it more personal and stuff. But I think that would just add more, because they already have the weapon mastering, but that'd just be more incentive to just sit there and play with a certain gun that I like,
Right.
So I think that's stuff they could definitely add in eventually. We'll see. It's only beta, so you never know.
I like your game mechanic perspective on it. You gotta get some good ideas there.
Like I said, as I stated at the very beginning, we're trying to involve the whatever game mechanic things that I can can talk about. And chat, let us know what it is. If you guys have any questions about anything we said or want to expound upon it, we can always, talk about it the next podcast or just put out other videos explaining more about what we're talking about.
I want.
What's that?
Connor just blinded himself.
Yeah, fucking.
Blinded
Fucking
himself.
Regan.